Hi, I'm Eric Orr, Forward Motion. Today we're going to demonstrate how to modify the crankcases on the Suzuki RM85 and RM125 and the Yamaha YZ85 and YZ125 when you're going to the oversized kits like the 144 and the 125 and the 100 on the 85. So once you get your cylinder back, it's already going to be set to the right bore size, and this is what we use to scribe the cylinder, scribe the cases. Put the cylinder on the cases without the piston and just roll it along the exhaust skirt of the cylinder down on the cases, and it'll make a mark that we can use for grinding. Now the area is located just above the crankshaft and below the cylinder skirt. So it's about a ½ an inch tall and a couple inches across and only about 30 to 40 thousandths of an inch of material to grind off. Now let's get a close-up of the area so you can see what I'm talking about. You can see the material is located above the crank and below the cylinder skirt, and I put some marks on there with some X's so you can better get an idea of how we're going to grind this. Now our next step is we're going to mask off the cases, and I'm going to show you what type of materials we use for that, and then also the grinding method. Okay, what we're going to use to mask off the case is a business card, so we can slide that down into the case to partially cover it up, some clay to get down in the tight spots, and some tape, some duct tape. So now I'm going to put the duct tape across, mask off the bearing holes. So we're trying to protect the crankcase from getting any metal chips in it. And then for the little tight spots that we can't cover with the business card or the tape, we'll just put some clay in there just to clean all that out. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to use some type of grinding method. Now this is the simplest way, is just using an electric drill with a triangular shaped bit. These are called rotary files, and you can buy these from any hardware store. 1/4 inch size is about the right one. Now what we use here, we use a CNC Specialties grinding tool, and so this is a die grinder, and this is a cylindrical bit that's pretty heavy duty. It's for grinding aluminum in a hurry. All right, now let's get the vacuum set up, and we'll grind this case over here, which is all finished. Okay, now I'm going to grind the affected area with my die grinder and use a vacuum cleaner to suck up all the chips. All right, that's all we need to take out. So now we're just going to vacuum up all the chips, and then we'll remove the clay and the tape, and just give it a quick cleaning, a brake cleaner, and then re-oil the connecting rod and the main bearings. Okay, so now I've removed all the masking, and I want to check and make sure that the case is opened up far enough. So I slide the cylinder on there, and yeah, I can see there's enough extra gap. Now if you want to switch back to a 125, you're not really going to be losing anything by this little bit of case grinding that's be done. So you can switch back and forth between a 125 and a 144 when the cases are cut like that. Okay, the reason that we're showing you this case mod procedure is some of our customers, they don't want to take their engine out of their frame, and this is a pretty simple procedure you can do with the engine in the frame. It also saves you money on shipping. We don't charge anything extra in our big bore kits to modify the case, and now once we have the cylinder all done, we're going to bolt it onto the bottom end. We do a quick check of the bottom end of the crankshaft and the connecting rod to make sure they're within spec, and then we check the piston to cylinder head clearance at top dead center, which is a pretty important thing. So when you get a big bore kit done by us, we're going to bolt the engine all back together and then send it back to you, and all you're going to have to do is just put gas and oil and coolant in it, and you'll be ready to go. Thanks.